I'm Alessandro Guglielmi. I work at Albert Heijn as a director strategy. Well, I can speak for Albert Heijn, not for all supermarkets as a whole. And I think for us it's really embedded in what we do and embedded in our purpose, which is together we make eating better the easy choice for everyone. And with doing that, we really try to have a meaningful contribution to a healthier, more social and more sustainable society. So it's really embedded in what we do, and we think there's definitely a responsibility for us as a supermarket, and that starts first of all with our own operation, where we've reduced almost all of our scope 1, 2 already for now. But it goes much more beyond that, obviously in scope 3, where we have a big role in terms of connecting different parties, connecting all our partners and suppliers, which have a massive footprint in the work we do and the collaborations we have, connecting them, trying to find solutions together, investing in them together, de-risking them together, and in that way trying to raise the bar, but bring everyone with us while raising the bar, rather than raising the bar and leaving everyone behind, because that would not help to change the system. So it needs to really go in a step-by-step approach. At least that's what we believe in. I think we're very eager and interested to work with startups and to talk with startups as well, because also a reason why I'm here. They can really help us improve. What we do see is that it's useful for companies to have a certain amount of traction already, and that we also see that where the magic really happens is that the day that they start working with us, there is already value there. We have a vast amounts of data, and usually we get approached very often with companies that want to use that data, but it's more useful or mutually beneficial if we both from day one learn. So sometimes I tell startups to wait a bit before coming to us. And the last thing which I see very much is that we have made a strategical decision to invest very heavily in technology. So a lot of the things of our core business we do with a lot of tech and is quite advanced. So what I often see is that more successful collaborations are with companies that do something which is complementary rather than replaces. Because then the value add obviously becomes bigger because the gap is bigger. I think those are two things which we look at when looking at startups and collaboration, but it's always interesting to learn from each other and interact. Yeah. Well, I think F&A Next is always a very interesting conference to hear what's going around in the food system, to connect with other people, and also very much just what I mentioned, to listen and hear what people's opinions are about the challenges we have, about the work we're doing, and really to get a broad perspective. That's always useful. Well, I just had a panel conversation and I learned that the challenges, or at least the challenges in other countries that might be more, let's say in Africa, are actually more similar than I thought to challenges which we have here, which I did not expect, but that's what the other panel members pointed out. What I like about F&A Next is that it's a good combination of formal and informal. I think the topics are very seriously addressed, but the ambience is very informal, also the way certain conversations are moderated, and that's what I really like.